The FBI has arrested another Democrat politician, Muncie Mayor Dennis Tyler, arrested today by the FBI in a corruption probe. We've been following a number of arrests and indictments here on this channel of politicians across various states, but just in Indiana, it is interesting. Very recently, just earlier this month, another Indiana Democrat was charged with multiple felonies. The mayor of Michigan City, Indiana, Ron Meir, another Democrat mayor from Indiana, pictured here with his wife, was charged with multiple felonies earlier this month, weeks after his wife's son, pictured here, was arrested on drug and weapons charges. Ron Meir, the mayor of Michigan City, Indiana, joined a list of 50 mayors to endorse Pete Buttigieg, one of the top presidential candidates for the Democrats. And Pete Buttigieg attended a roundtable of mayors that was hosted by Ron Meir. Buttigieg attended this roundtable hosted by Meir in 2017. So I had talked about those charges against Meir, and it's interesting, even the New York Post, when talking about this new arrest of Mayor Tyler today, acknowledges that the arrest of Mayor Tyler comes just after Ron Meir, the mayor of Michigan City, Indiana, another Democrat, was hit with multiple felony charges following a dispute with his local police department, and that coming weeks after the arrest of his wife's son. So this article from today on charges against yet another Indiana Democrat, Muncie Mayor Dennis Tyler, was arrested by the FBI at his home Monday amid a years-long corruption probe. An FBI spokeswoman has confirmed that the arrest warrant was executed at the 76-year-old Democrat mayor's Northside home. Quote, "I can confirm an arrest warrant was executed at the home of Mayor Dennis Tyler this morning, and he is currently in custody," a spokeswoman for the FBI said in a statement. This article adds that it was not immediately clear what charges Tyler, who has held the office of mayor since 2012, was facing. So the FBI has confirmed that the mayor is in custody, though in the wake of the arrest, the doors to the mayor's wing at City Hall were closed around 9 a.m. Monday, and the door said, "Out to lunch, will return shortly." Other individuals connected to the mayor have already been charged, including Tyler's former building commissioner, Craig Nichols. He pleaded guilty last January to wire fraud and money laundering and was sentenced to 2 years in federal prison. Others charged in the probe include Nikki Grigsby, the Muncie Sanitary District Administrator, Tracy Barton, another official with the Muncie Sanitary District, and local businessman Jeffrey Burke, Tony Franklin, and Rodney Barber, according to the Muncie Star Press. Finally, they note that Tyler's term in office is slated to end on December 31st. Last year, he had announced that he would not seek a third term as mayor. Mayor Tyler deciding not to seek re-election was already a major problem for Democrats in Indiana. Now this arrest certainly adds to these problems. It's interesting, the Democrats have been losing ground in multiple cities in Indiana, and actually they lost an important Senate race. That was after Joe Donnelly, the former Democrat senator from Indiana, had to return campaign cash given to him by Tony Podesta after an investigation had been opened into the Podesta group. So this was an article from the beginning of this month, just before the mayoral election for Muncie, which the Democrats did lose. This was a very important seat for the Democrats. Even though this article was from weeks before this arrest today of Mayor Tyler, it did already mentioned this FBI investigation and how it would play a major role in the election that has just occurred as well. Democrats now have lost this election after Tyler said that he would not seek re-election. His Democrat replacement also lost to Republican City Councilman Dan Ridner. And the Muncie City Council now goes to the GOP for the first time in 40 years after the Democrats have lost. So another new article just reacting to the news of this arrest of Mayor Tyler is wondering if the mayor could be out even earlier. Can lame duck Democrat Mayor Dennis Tyler serve out the remainder of his term in the wake of his arrest today? That question is being raised after the two-term mayor, who will be succeeded by Republican Dan Ridner on January 1st, was taken into custody by the FBI. A quote here reads, according to the Indiana statute, it appears Councilman Doug Marshall will have to take over in the interim since Muncie has not had a deputy mayor position. They reference a section of an Indiana law that states if the circuit court decides the mayor is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office, then the deputy mayor, if that position has been established, or the president of the city council shall serve as the executive officer. Brandon Murphy, an assistant teaching professor of criminal justice and criminology at Ball State, agrees that the mayoral job would go to the city council president under that statute. However, Murphy said it is possible the mayor would have to resign before someone else could take over. That has not happened, and Tyler's exact whereabouts and/or status were unknown as of mid-morning Monday. Quote reads, I'm not so sure, just the charge disqualifies him, said Murphy, who ran for city council in the recent municipal election on the GOP ticket. He also said, quote, obviously he's unable to serve while he's in jail, but I suspect that will end today, Murphy went on. He said, I'm not so sure he's disqualified. It's also possible the mayor, as prior mayors have done, had designated a second in command prior to his arrest. Whether Tyler had done that is unknown. Another issue that could come up, Murphy noted, is whether Marshall could serve as mayor, considering the State Board of Accounts has accused him of violating the double-dipping law. Marshall is an assistant superintendent at the Muncie Sanitary District, in addition to serving on city council. Meanwhile, it's possible any member of city council who would take over as mayor would have to resign their city council seat. But that's speculation, Murphy said. There's a lot of unanswered questions at this point. Another Democrat from Muncie is trying to claim that the decision should be up to the mayor whether he resigns, while the FBI must have probable cause to make an arrest. Quote, he's not guilty until a jury finds him guilty or he pleads guilty, State Rep Sue Arrington, another Democrat from Muncie, told the Star Press. She said, I think it would be difficult for him to continue doing what mayors need to do to serve the city, but I guess it's up to him as to what he ends up doing, Arrington said of the mayor's remaining time in office. Defending himself, quote, is going to take up pretty much most of his energy and time, Arrington said. It would be hard to concentrate on city business. And there has just been another statement coming from Dan Ridenour, the Republican who won the race to replace Tyler. So the Republican mayor-elect Dan Ridenour, who is replacing the now arrested Democrat mayor, made this statement responding to the former mayor's arrest. Ridenour wrote this, statement, which reads, quote, "Today we have learned of another arrest by the FBI in their ongoing investigation of Muncie city government. While this has become a pattern in our community of late, I am pleased that 2 weeks ago, voters overwhelmingly supported turning the page for a new day in Muncie. My commitment to all Muncie residents is to fulfill the request of our fellow citizens made at the ballot box to shine light on the dark corners of the city government, to demand excellence from those who serve our residents, and above all, to operate in an honorable way on your behalf. For City of Muncie employees who are burdened by the string of news stories about the current administration, please know that I share a commitment with you to operate the City of Muncie in a way that promotes the welfare of all. I look forward to working on transition issues with the current city employees as we prepare to start a new chapter on January 1st, 2020. So interesting news, this latest FBI arrest today. Seems to be more going on in Indiana as well. So let me know what you think. Any other connections you may think of, please leave a comment. If you could leave a like on this video, that is greatly appreciated, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I will follow up with any other details as they come out. In the video description are links to my Patreon and PayPal accounts, patreon.com/realityreader and paypal.me/realityreader. You can support the channel directly there. Thanks everybody that has helped support the channel at both links. Helps me keep talking about these issues. I will follow up soon. Thanks everyone.